Jim Jones, you could do better, brother. I love you too much. I love you too much to not be honest with you. Rick Ross, you could do better, brother. Meek Mill, you could do better, brother.
Yo, check it out. Yo, too many people walk around.
What's going on, everybody? It's Teasing with the Christ and Crafts, bringing you another video where we talk about everything from politics and pop culture and what the Bible has to say about it and what our Christian perspective needs to be on these things. Finally, somebody said it. Finally, somebody of some stature said it. Dee-1, a rapper who happens to be a Christian, or if the other way around, a Christian who happens to be a rapper, is tearing down the industry, is laying waste to these industry cats and the rap industry, and by proxy, talking to the whole of Black culture in and of itself. And people are tripping about it. You know, the elites, those that have the power, those that are in power, the rappers, the entertainers, don't really like what he's having to say. These people are part of what we like to call today's talented 10th. And Dee-1 is out here telling the truth, standing 10 toes down, telling the truth. Lately, I don't know what's gotten into him, but I'm liking it. I'm liking it. He's gone on several podcasts, several TV or shows, and it's just been speaking the truth, man, that finally someone of his caliber in that arena is saying something. This man is standing up for the kingdom in ways that we have longed for others to do. So let's break it down and get into it, because this has bigger ramifications for the Black community as a whole. And this is what we need to see, because the problem with a lot of us in the Black community is we don't like to hear constructive criticism. We don't like to hear anybody telling us that we're doing anything wrong. We want to think that we are above all of that, and anything that we do is okay, and we need to keep things in-house. And that is the problem. We make excuses for our sin when we should be working towards doing what God wants to do as a whole and individually. So let's get into it. Dee-1 went on Sway in the Morning, which is a popular hip-hop radio show. They interview all the big wigs, all the big rappers and all of that. And he goes on there and he's talking about the issues in the Black community and why we keep having these same problems, and that the rap industry, rap music is a big part of that. And for so long, we've always heard these rap people, the people in rap and hip hop, make excuses that, oh, it's just music. We're just telling the story of the hood. But you're just telling a story and you're profiting off of it. And the people that are listening to it in the hood are assuming that you are being somewhat truthful and beginning to try to mimic what you're talking about. And you as a rapper, you as an influencer, have some responsibility to preach and pump things that are going to benefit us, as opposed to, you know, all the death and destruction and glorifying violence and misogyny and the degradation of women and all of those things that we so badly march against and don't want a certain group of people out there to say towards us, but yet we pump that to each other. And then when you're called out about it, you have a problem with it. Dee-1 is doing that. So I want you to listen to a clip of what he's saying here on the show with Sway in the Morning. Now, what made this a big deal is that Dee-1 is actually naming names and calling people out by name. That is bold. That is strong stance to take in that industry, because, you know, hip hop and all that is built off of beef. And, you know, you are risking being silenced, canceled, a diss track coming out after you. And Dee-1 is not punching down. He's punching up. He's going after dudes that are commercially much bigger than him, but calling them to a higher place, which is, again, indicative of what needs to happen with the Black community as a whole, because we have so much power that God has given us, but we're squandering it because we glorify things that are evil and dark. We need to get back to a time where we don't accept those things, where we glorify the things that are true and good. So check it out. Listen to what he has to say here.
Jim Jones, you could do better, brother. I love you too much. I love you too much to not be honest with you. Rick Ross, you could do better, brother. Meek Mill, you could do better, brother. I love you too much not to be honest with you. Are you the face of prison reform? Cause are you the face of prison reform? Or are you sitting here on your new song with Ross talking about getting somebody murked and shot at the red light? Which one is it, bro? Which one is it, bro? Cause I did a shoe giveaway in my city and gave out 1,300 pairs of your shoes because they said reform underneath them. And I love that you partnered with a major shoe company and you out here pushing prison reform. But now I got to sit here like, man, this man glorifying getting people killed as of a week ago. Like, what are you doing, bro? Lil Snoop really got killed. That broke your heart. You wear him around your neck. Why are you glorifying the same thing when my best friend got killed? When Carl got killed, New Orleans know who I'm talking about. When Carl got killed, and I had to go to his funeral and read the eulogy and be part of the funeral. And I got back in my car, Sway, after the funeral, and I turned on my music, and I realized I'm listening to music that's glorifying the same stuff that just happened to my best friend. It gave me chills, and I needed that moment. That was my come to Jesus moment of like, D, you got to do something different, brother, because you have a taste for this poison, but you're attracted to the poison. And rap is great. The rap game, hip hop industry is great at cooking up some delicious poison.
That's crazy. He called out Jim Jones. He called out Meek Mill. He called out Rick Ross. And in other interviews, he called out Meg Thee Stallion, all these popular people that are out there. And he straight up called them out by name. And Rick Ross had a problem with it. Rick Ross responded in the typical way that you would expect. This is what Rick Ross had to say.
Meek Mill, you could do better. Jim Jones, you could do better. Rick Ross, you could do better. I gotta see you do better. Wait. Little man, whoever you is, until you feed the kids where you from for 20 years straight. Don't question Rose. Wait. Until you buy 10,000 bikes, 10,000 trikes. Give all the young girls who pregnant Pampers for Christmas for 20 years straight. Don't question boss. You heard me, little man? Get that basket off your head so you could think clear, little man. You going viral for speaking on niggas' names, not because of your talent, not because of your gift. Go viral, player, off of your wisdom that you sharing. You speaking on that, yeah, Meek Mill, boy, you know how many niggas died this summer? They released self-destruction. It's niggas dying right now. It's gonna be niggas don't make it to see in the morning. Get that basket off your head, boy, and come together with real niggas around the world. So
crazy. So while Dee-1 is talking about substance and talking about what your overall effect is on the people whom you say you are riding for, Rick Ross decides to pick and choose instances where giving out turkeys or bikes or Pampers and whatnot to people. Those are instances. What happens the rest of the year, bro? What happens the rest of the time when people are listening to your music and getting influenced by what you say and what you do? Rick Ross mentioned that a bunch of people were killed when Self-Destruction came out. That song back in the day, Self-Destruction, you headed for Self-Destruction, where they were trying to do positive. And he makes the excuse that there was a lot of people that died over that weekend. So that makes it okay? That's just an indication that we need more things that are telling people to do the right things. You can make dope hip hop. You can make dope music that's bumping in the club or whatever you want to do that does not promote the degradation of a certain amount of people, and then turn around and complain and want to point fingers at other people for looking at us a certain way when we present ourselves a certain way. They won't look at us a certain way. They'll take us seriously when we present ourselves in a certain light. That's what we want. We want to take ourselves seriously, but we can't do that if we, are doing these things and degrading our women and, promoting ourselves as criminals and making that a good thing. So Dee-1 is doing this in the name of the Lord and challenging these folks to come up and let this be an example that we should do the same thing in our own lives. Challenge each other to come up to higher levels and don't be afraid. Take this guy's example and be fearless, because with the Lord on your side, truth is always going to come out and he's going to stand by you in that truth. Now, you might get some pushback, some feedback, some anger, some lies, whatever might happen, but that's par for the course. We're built for this war. We're built for this fight. And especially as Black people, if we want to come up to another level, if we talk about empowerment, if we want to talk about getting rid of the oppressors and all that, then maybe we should stop oppressing ourselves. Let's stop oppressing ourselves first, and then the other oppressors can be taken on, and truth can come through. That's all I got for you. Y'all tell me what you think about what Dee-1 is saying. Can more of us step up? Do you have something to say to your community at large? What difference can you make with the words that you say and the truth that you speak when it comes to these situations and these issues that need to be dealt with? What do you have to say? Are you on Dee-1 side, or are you on Rick Ross and Meek Mill side? Let me know what you think. That's all I got for you. Make sure you hit the like button, smash the subscribe button if you haven't done so. Go ahead and share this video, like this video. Hit us up on Instagram, hit us up on TikTok. We've got a lot of things out there for you. But until then, remember, we are not of those that shrink back. Y'all have a great evening.
Yo, check it out. Yo, too many people walk around with their eyes closed. I know that they've been thrown